Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Great Mountain. We are on day 2 and getting ready to kick things off shortly. So here to start off the day is our host, Cam.
Hi, we're going to get into our first immunity challenge. As you can see, we're looking at leading the blind. I have you here in the challenge field so that potentially whoever are going to be the callers can get a good view on where these bags are placed. As the callers, you will be standing behind those yellow, those gold pails. So you'll be shouting from there. You can move anywhere along that line. So you can move to the left, move to the right, so you can get a better vantage point. But you will have limited view from down here. So get a good view of them now. How it's going to work is we'll have one caller for each tribe behind the gold line. And then you will be in pairs of 2, blindfolded. And you'll be sent out into the field to grab the puzzle pieces and bring them back. You'll be grabbing the bag of your tribe's color and bringing it back. Once you have all 6 bags, you can start running to one of the 3 tables around the corner and completing the puzzle. First 2 tribes that complete the puzzle will win immunity. The 3rd tribe will be going to tribal council. Now, we have this nice friendly barrier here to make it even harder for our blind
I did notice that.
Folks. So
I'm glad it's not a groin height.
on the way in, the blindfolded folks will need to step over the obstacle. Once you have the bag, the blindfolded folks will need to crawl under the obstacle to get back, to drop it off. They need to get to the gold line and hand it off to the person. The person can reach across as far as they can, but their feet need to stay behind the gold line. So that is the good and bad news, but I have better news. I know we're missing someone here in the bathroom, so hopefully they are not the recipients of this, but I have some information about the charities and the donations. I'm sure you've been anxious to hear it after, about 24 hours in the game. So let me pull out the totals here. Can You Survive the Great Mountain raised in total $24,036. That brings the Can You Survive total across the 3 games that we played this week to $41,890. So amazing job. That's a lot of great money going to a lot of great charities. And obviously a lot on the line, particularly for this game, for the winners and the folks that get further. So I hope that gives you a little extra to play for. Now, we said at the beginning of the game when we were casting you all that there might be some sort of reward for the person on each tribe that raised the most amount of money. I am happy to tell you that that person will have immunity at the first tribal council that they attend. So we have these handy markers here. They're not necessarily idols. You'll just automatically have immunity, but it'll be helpful for you to remember. The person on each tribe that raised the most amount of money are Andy, who raised, should I tell the specific amount? Andy, who raised $2,398.
Woo!
Kira, who raised $2,400.
Woo!
And our largest total is coming from your tribe. We have raising $3,082.
Whoa!
Ned.
Woo!
So you 3 will be immune at the first tribal you attend. So the longer you can avoid tribal, the more important that little necklace will be for you. But unless anyone has any questions, I think we're ready to pick spots and get you going on this challenge. One bag at a time.
Is the caller?
The caller is doing the puzzle.
By themselves?
All right, what an incredible amount of money that was raised by these players. You know that they were working so hard to get that money raised before they even stepped onto the challenge field. We are incredibly proud of them and so grateful that they were able to do that, and we're so excited because so many of their causes are a lot of like smaller and kind of more local or personal ones, and so that kind of money can make an absolutely huge impact. So we're just so thrilled that they did that, and we're so proud of them. Our players are now setting up for their very first immunity challenge of the Great Mountain, and they are just getting some last-minute questions answered. For those of you that missed the explanation, it's going to be the blind leading the blind challenge, kind of a classic can you survive challenge. But it's going to have a little twist because the callers that are leading the blind won't be able to totally see everything. So they're getting a good look now down at this challenge field before they head on up. We also have a fun little barrier. Well, I don't think it's fun for the players, but basically the blind players will be going all the way back from like near the house and over this little barrier, and they'll be gathering their tribe color bag and bringing them back. These bags contain puzzle pieces, so they'll be using them to solve another custom puzzle that's very, very hard. So the same person that made our mental challenge puzzles yesterday has created this puzzle custom as well. So it's gonna be fun. I'm very excited, and let's just listen in as our players are doing some last minute planning of who's doing what.
No, there's just three colors. Oh, three colors.
I feel like we're okay about
Yes.
any of it.
Okay.
I'm okay calling. I think I'm also loud. I think you should be on top.
Yes. Okay. I think you should do it.
I think you should call. I should call. I can call.
I feel like
I can be loud.
Ordinarily, this challenge has one caller and it's mass pandemonium chaos. This time there will be 3 callers, although I don't know that the chaos will be any less with that, but at least the players won't have to sit there waiting forever to be told any direction.
I guess I'm on the puzzle.
Everyone just getting some last minute questions answered before we kick off this challenge. And fun fact for all of you, all the players got rice yesterday, and in every tribe's jar of rice was a clue about this challenge. So the players have an opportunity to get an idol from this challenge. And the clue basically said, if you want to be safe, don't be blind. So we're gonna be on the lookout for the players that are the callers who are not blind to see if they find anything. All right, let's head on back. I think the players are pretty much set, so Cam is gonna start directing them to the challenge. All right, players now heading up to get set in their starting positions for this challenge.
I'm just worried that how am I going to see around?
Again, players are having to get bags down and around and out of view, so they're taking in their last looks at where these bags are. But of course, they'll be blind, so it won't help that much.
And where's he going?
Looking like perhaps Tyrem's callers are Kendall, Liz, and Isaiah, doing some last minute planning.
Okay, that works.
I will move this.
You'll put the blindfold on, and then your buff over the top of it.
Simon, we should be on the left.
Looking like Patrick is on the puzzle for Rollins. Ned on the puzzle for Tyrem. And perhaps Mary on the puzzle for Kineo. Ooh. I don't think it matters. All right, our 3 puzzle players heading on over. All right. Wooden boards to try and get the table, like, all right. Yes. Out of you, blindfolded, what could go wrong?
We have 1, 2, 3 blindfolds for Rollins. We have 1, 2, 3 blindfolds. Where's Tyrone? Where's Tyrone?
Players already getting a little disoriented as they're setting up with their blindfolds.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm just over here, but he can go from there. But I'm just over here.
Okay, Keanu ready?
Players hoping to set themselves up in the best possible position to start this challenge.
You're good.
Bucket already being knocked
You're
away.
going over the obstacle on the way in, crawling under it on the way back with your bag. Our survivors ready?
Yeah.
Go!
Go forward, Rayhan! Rayhan, forward! Rayhan, you're there! You're there!
All right. I can't tell me what it is. A lot of mass chaos. Kendall and Liz knocking into the barrier, but quickly getting out. Oh my god. These players are making a run for it. Meanwhile, we have Rayhan, who is hoping that he grabbed the right bag, and he did. This is a crazier blind challenge that I've ever heard. Everyone is just screaming at the top of their lungs. Rayhan making his way under the barrier, Kendall close behind. Oh my god, this is literally insane. Andy getting lost. Rayhan racing back out and a collision into Andy. Rayhan now lost anything. This is so crazy. Oh my god. I'm sorry. This is the craziest blind leading the blind ever. Everyone is just screaming their heads off. Paul waiting for a check on his bag, hoping that it's right, but as we see, he has a gray bag, not a purple. Kira making her way under the... Andy trying to hear any sort of direction, thinks he's being told, oh, so scary. Andy, like... Andy getting totally lost and not understanding. Oh no, Andy not getting any direction and coming back over the barrier, empty-handed. Kira with another bag for Rollins. Right. Rayhan wandering around, Liz doing a weird little crawl thing to try and get a bag. Liz just... Kendall finding one, hoping for a check, now crawling back until she gets under the thing. Oh my god, this is so crazy. Liz still crawling around, hoping to find a bag, sensing its presence finally, and like, I don't know, and then crawling towards the barrier. Oh my gosh. Andy now crawling in the bushes. Andy getting in the bushes outside the challenge field. Paul, Sean, and Kaylee all looking for bags. Andy's still in the outer perimeter. No one really calling out to him. Paul out of nowhere finds a bag and hits the barrier, now crawling under it. Keanu asking for a bag check, wondering if the bag that he was touching was the right one. Now crawling around. Sean just crawling blindly towards this. Andy... Paul's getting... Andy connects with a bag and now is heading back down to the challenge area. Paul going beyond the barrier, now having to go back around. Oh my God. And now gets down. This challenge is so stressful. I am thrilled that that part of it is over. All right. Or is it not over?
One more in the
Oh God.
to get their bag.
Rollins still has one more. Somehow all that pandemonium with Kineo. Oh no. Kineo might have one too.
We're done.
Oh God.
Forward, Andy. Forward. We have Andy.
Oh my God. Confusion among the callers. Jared spurring Andy on and Danny calling him back. All right. Oh my God. Andy now coming back to the line.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. You can take your blindfold off.
All right, let's check in with the puzzle people. We've got Patrick waiting patiently for pieces. Ned thinks he's making some progress, about half and half on each puzzle. And Mary working methodically on one of these circles. Check out all of these puzzle pieces. They are roughly the same shape, which means they might fit together until they don't fit together. As we see that final piece, Ned is now searching for a fit, but do any of the ones he has not used fit? Patrick now being delivered his puzzle pieces and opening the bags to get them all dumped out.
All three are on the puzzle. A great equalizer. That has had a huge lead. Tyrem was able to get their bags faster. Is he able to make it pay off? It's a hard puzzle. It's very challenging. Mary looks like she might have caught up, but it's
I'm
hard
not
to
sure
tell if
yet,
those
Ale.
pieces are correct.
All right.
Patrick's still working on getting everything
Mary now going over to the second circle, leaving the first alone with one piece remaining.
Stay in the zone, Ned. You got it.
Ned has completely potentially solved one of the two puzzles.
Ned has won immunity for
Mary, you're doing awesome.
We're looking for second place.
All right. There is still one more immunity on the line here. Patrick not giving up, trying to place some pieces in the
The
circle.
sportsmanship is gone as he has covered the puzzle. No more free puzzles like we had on the mountain.
Checking back in with Mary.
Mary to decide who is going to our first tribal
Mary has
council.
placed all but one piece on this side, but is it right? Shaking her head no.
They both chose to take on the hero role here in this challenge.
Doing great, Patrick.
Silent concentration as both are trying every
Mary looks
puzzle
to have
piece in
about
every
one
which
side
way.
of the figure eight filled
You'll
out.
notice all of these puzzle pieces roughly look like mountains, we'll say. Patrick methodically working through this puzzle, not letting the stress get to him, or if it is, he's not letting it show.
Mary's starting to take apart what she has and move things around. Patrick close to having one side done.
So for all of our viewers just joining us, this is for immunity. Tyrem has won immunity. These last two are looking for the second immunity available
I
at
believe
this.
this is where you have to dig.
Mary has now completed an
Mary with one
entire
piece remaining.
side.
Is it the right one? It is!
Mary screaming in shock and delight as she finishes. Patrick made excellent work of that puzzle, but unfortunately that he could not claw back from the deficit that his challenge had.
Very bloody.
All right.
right, we will have you line up over here. Getting the immunity idol.
All right. Coming up next, the reveal of the tribal immunity idols.
I was just like, I run to it, I'll hit it, I'll know where to go. Well, I did. You're cute. I love that.
All right. Oh, baby. Chaotic but fun first immunity challenge. In first place, we had Tyrem. Brandon as Paul Bunyan. And then in second place,
Mary.
Kineo. This is Brandon's dog as Baby Blue. Is that what it is?
Babe the ox.
Babe the ox, yeah. All right, congratulations. You both will have immunity. You guys can go back to camp. Rollins, unfortunately, you have a date with me shortly for tribal council.
Blindfold.
Thank you. Yes, I'll select the blindfolds.
All right, and with that, our players are off. Two gonna go celebrate back at their camps. Unfortunately, Rollins having a tough decision to make shortly. We will give them some time to talk to each other, deliberate, try and figure out what they're gonna do. I believe we might also film like some very short confessionals, and then we'll be back for the very first tribal council of the Great Mountain. And the view from tribal council is really sick, so I'm super excited. We've been really excited to go, not because we want any players to leave, because we're completely obsessed with this cast, but because we really are excited to show y'all the view of tribal council, because it's gorgeous. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna guess that we'll be at tribal council in like 30 to 40 minutes is my rough estimate. It's gonna be my rough estimate every time probably, so we'll see how it works. But I will post before we are heading in, and that way you guys have a heads up and can be at the ready to join. So thanks for joining. It's gonna be a very exciting and action-packed day 2. And I'm gonna start being really sad when these players are voted out. Last night I was like, oh my God, could all 21 just win? Which I never feel. So testament to all of them. And again, we're so proud of them for raising that amount of money. Completely insane that a cast of 21 could raise $24,000. So we are so proud of them. All right, see you soon.